we have started with the process, how to create a process. Then we have go with the starting with the creating the forms, getting the notifications into the our inboxes. After inboxes, we have went through our approval process yesterday, right? So we have created the approval process and all. So next we are going to have a created decision. Now from here we the complexity of our progress means when we are going with any process, right? So it is not this simple. There are multiple things are being mentioned here, and we means there are multiple what we can say decisions needed to be made. Means for example, if we are going with some approval process, okay, we do have one input form now where we are just maintaining the name, employee ID, and all, employee ID and joining date, right? What if we are putting one more field here which will state the employee type, okay, and employee type will be first is permanent, another one is contract, let's say, okay, and this is a required field we have, and we need to send the approval to the different approvers. Means for permanent, it has to redirect to a permanent approver, and for contract, it has to get landed into a contract approver inbox. So how to deal with that? So for that, what we need to do is we need to create a decision. Now, while creating a decision, what we need to do, so before landing it into approvers bucket, we need to create a decision because we have now two people who will be engaged. One is for a permanent and another one is for the contractor. So we'll create a decision. So decision will be selection of approver. Now, when we are talking about a approver, we have two conditions. One, miss, we are going with the simple steps first. So we will be going ahead with either the approver should be either it has to be permanent or it has to be a contractor. Now, with respect to this, when we are adding, so we need to give an input parameter. The input parameter will be employee description, employee type, and type will be string. So it will be string value which is getting passed, and another one output parameter will be our approver. This one also string. So ultimately, when we are defining, so for our selection process, what we want on a basis of what is the employee type, accordingly approval has to get shortlisted. So we are creating one input parameter as the employee type, one output parameter as the approver for the decision. Now I'm saving this. So inside the same, we are having one rule. So while creating rule, there might be a multiple rules now. Okay, right now we are creating one. The way we are proceeding, sorry, in the training when we are proceeding, right, we will be increasing the complexity with adding multiple rules and all. So for the rule, we will be creating one decision table also. So decision table name first we need to select approver. I'm just putting the same name. Next, the configuration. So the condition we need to provide. So right now with the condition, we are having only employee. So in this will be a specifically input, what input we need to provide. So this is the configuring condition. So the condition we will enter at the runtime. So right now I'm not putting any condition with any of the operator. We are going with the employee type which is we have to input. So in configure input configuration, we are putting an employee type. Going with the next, what is the output we are expecting? A approver, a selected approver. So once any specific employee type is being recorded, we need a specific approver to whom we need to send that particular request to approve. Next step, we are seeing that this is a condition, but one is the employee type, then it should land it into a approver bucket. So I will create this particular rule set we have created. Okay, so with this, what we are having a employee type, we need to give a expression here when we are going with this particular creating a rule in a decision table. We need to write a particular expression here. So what should be the employee type is equals to, there is a string, so for string we need to use a single quote, and inside the single quote will mention, so permanent one type we need to select, and to whom that this particular thing should go. Now with respect to this, you need to understand there are multiple suggestions or multiple permutation combinations you will get to see. The next, when we are creating contract, I'll tell you, and who will be the approver in the single quote. I'll just mention my own ID. Okay, just a moment, I'll just copy from here. Just a minute, I'm just taking the credentials. Okay, here it is. So this is the ID from which I'm going. Now, if there is an another rule we need to create. So we do have two rules, right? Two employee type, right? So in the same rule, another employee type I'm just adding. Selecting this, after this I will be add. So after clicking on this, just click the control space. You will be able to see what actually you need to enter. A mathematical operator we need to use, comparison operators. So we are having the equals to. Now with respect to that, what, and then we have to enter a fixed value. So if it is a number, then we have any, if any specific value we need to enter, will go like this. So we'll come across this all the conditions later when we are dealing with multiple examples, right? So we'll come across these conditions. So another one is contract, and the same user I'm just putting, so that we don't have multiple user right now logged in, right? So I'm using the same one. So ultimately when it is coming, it will go to different. So you can add a different approver here, and I will save this.
Amar, one more question. Like,
Yes.
if employee
Yes.
type we are giving equal to permanent, right? So
Hmm.
whether it is a case sensitive or not, like we are giving all capital letter in permanent there, and then here we are giving
Yeah,
upper and
yeah,
lower
it
case.
it will be a case sensitive. So
Okay.
most of them, because see, I find multiple times the error here where I'm just removing this, or it will not match the case, right? So it is a case sensitive. When we are entering, we need to take care of this. So actually, I have to mention this. I have forgot, I think. So, but this is a case sensitive where when you are entering, it has to be this capital and small letter you need to take care of. So it's
Okay.
better
Thank
if you
you.
copy paste it. Better, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, thanks to you, as I missed that point. Okay, and add the variable. So we are not having added any variable yet. When we are coming to an automation part, which is a IRPA part, right? At that time, how to add the variables, and we'll get to see with the live example. So I think we are good here. The selection of this particular approach. Now this has been done. So with respect to selection of approval, it has been done. Now, in this form, what we need to do, a input parameter, the input is when we are selecting and sending this request, right? It should not be now start process. It should be picked up from the selection approver, and this is the approver we have to choose here. So whatever the approval it has been mentioned here, it will land into the inbox of the particular approval which we have selected inside this particular approval. So now the ID what I have given to that particular ID, it will send. So this is the change you need to do. Now I will save it. Okay, there is one error it was mentioning. Selection of approval is missing mandatory. Okay, yes. I'm sorry, my bad. In the imports, we need to select the employee type, and employee type we are picking up from the input form. Okay. Now all the errors has been removed now. Okay, we are good now. I will release this. Contains the minor changes. I will release this form. Okay, now I will deploy.
Hello. Hey, Amar.
Yes.
Hello. Amar.
Yes.
Amar, one more point. I requested one more business case for starting and stopping application server. So can you help us as well in that area first? And after this?
Okay, right now, see, for achieving that, we need to start with this robotic process automation. We have not reached out there. Yes, we are covering that also, but as and when we came across with this robotic process automation, right? I will cover that. Yes, that is there in the in our check this list, right? So there are two use cases. Once this all the configuration stuff, how to do something and how to import those automations and all when we are coming, right? So we will be definitely covering that particular portion.
Thank you.
And when we it will reach Amar, any guess? I mean,
Next week we are starting with the automation.
Today only or next day you are talking?
No, next week.
Next week. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So this week, so as we mentioned, right, this particular build process automations comes with the major part, which is workflow automation, and another one is a robotic process automation, right? So workflow automation, 1 week is sufficient, but for the robotic process automation, it will come with multiple cases, right? So in which we have to cover miss the Excel reading, miss the third party application reading, then the screen capturing and all, adding multiple processes, creating the workflows inside the automation, right? So all these things come, right? So first we are covering this workflow automation, and then we are coming with the robotic process automation. So this week we will be winding up with all the cases of the workflow automation, all the configurations, and then we are coming with the robotic process automation. We'll cover all the cases and the conditions what we will be having, and after that we will be coming up with the building our specific use cases. Means, for example, this start and stop of SAP, then the fetching out the username from the list of BTP and all, right? So we'll do that. I hope that is clear now. Ticking silence as yes. Okay, running this particular automation now. Sorry, workflow. Okay, employee name Amar, employee ID 12345, joining date thing, employee type permanent, submit. When I'm submitting, okay, so we'll do one thing exercise. Good. Approve. Refresh. Request is approved. Okay, so Ram, or in your tenant or in your sub process, Is our any questions are having added into the same bucket or same tenants? Any trial account is shared?
No, Yaras. As of now, I don't have any British account with me.
Okay, so that will get or Sharath, Naveen or John 4 we do have, but in my
So
can
you mean to say like whether
demonstrate.
our colleague user ID to be added in our
If it is
build
there
process?
to demonstrate this particular scenario, right? The action approver, two
Okay.
different IDs. If you are sending one with the permanent, one with the contract rate. If that
Okay.
is the case, then we can send it and we can see it here, right?
Yeah,
So
correct. But
in
probably if you want tomorrow, I will add somebody's colleague's ID. So as of now, I don't have it.
okay, okay. So we'll do. So in this one thing I need to mention now. This one we have demonstrated. I will ask you to start with that. One more thing I want to okay. First complete this particular exercise for adding a decision. Then we'll come to that part, adding a data types and all. Yeah, so you understood any question in this? I think someone mentioned that I'm going too fast. So I hope this time I'm good with a good pace. Now I'll just request you to just complete this and then we'll move further with multiple decision conditions. We'll add it into workflow and we'll go ahead. So we'll just give 15 minutes to complete this and then we'll get back. Yes, Ram.
Can you help me out? Like in adding rule, I'm getting different. This
Yes,
one.
yes, please share your screen. Actually, I was expecting.
Yeah. So here, like I'll cancel it. So I have done the input parameter and output parameter. Okay. And then decision
Okay.
form. Mm.
No, 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 no. I'll just help you out.
Mm.
Now, in input parameters, what we have discussed is what should be the input parameter. Now,
Okay.
for a decision, we are entering input parameter as a employee type, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So we need to enter here employee type.
Okay.
Type description same and type should be string. So I'll just insist to remove the space from the parameter name employee type, right? It's a parameter name, so it should not contain the space.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes. And any but the description can be anything. It's not
Okay.
necessary. Right?
So now I'm saving it. Next, I need to go to rules, right?
Roles, yes. You have to go to roles.
Okay. So only one input parameter we need to give, right? Output parameter is not required here, right?
No, it's a required. Actually, in this decision form, we are checking how many input parameters and how many output parameters are there.
Okay.
So it's
But it
necessary.
is enter different name it is saying. So that's why I'm.
Okay, it's employee type you have already mentioned. So input parameter is employee type, output parameter is a approver.
Approver. Okay.
Right. So we are entering employee type, and with respect to employee type, we are deciding who will be the approver.
Okay. And the next one is rules.
Save it first. Yeah. Yes. Go to the rules now. Add a rule.
Mm.
It will create a decision table. So give the name to the decision table.
We keep a decision table as such.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Here condition attributes employee type I need to choose, right?
Condition. Yes. Employee type. Yes.
Yeah.
And leave it as is. And no need to
No
select
need,
here
right?
anything.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And
Okay, so
approver.
just click on next. No, not approve. Remove the approval from here. In the condition, we are checking only employee terms. We are not checking the approver. Approver we have to come as a result. Correct.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
click on next. Yes, here you need to select the approver because this is the result what we are expecting. Click on approver, it will automatically pop up.
Yeah.
Yes. Now click on next. Review it. Yes, this is correct. Condition is employee type and result is approver. Correct. Create it. So once created, the value we have to give after creating, it will prompt. Okay, now here.
Now here
Below.
employee type permanent means
Equals to. Now first you need to give an X. This is an expression. Right?
okay.
Single quote permanent. Yes. And in a single quote you are okay. Enter it. Okay. And in approver you need to give your user ID. In a single quote. No. Here it will not be equal to.
Okay.
Yes, it's a user we are saying. Yes. Yes. There is one another condition also, right? One is permanent, one is contract. So select permanent first. Okay. And then there is a add row. In the decision next to decision table. Yes. Set first here. Yes, and now it should be equals to single quote contract. Yes, enter. Yes, new user ID. And it should be specific user ID of the specific approver. But right now we are having on the single system, right? Single
Yeah.
user in our, so that's why. Okay, save it. Yes, that is done now. Just no, you need to map it. You need to map the things, right?
Yeah.
Two,
So,
yes. Here, decision forms you have two, so you need to rename the second form or either of the form you need to rename.
yeah, I gave it
Okay, approval form. Just mention it's a approval form. Okay, that is also. Okay, in the inputs.
Okay.
Sorry, here not in input. My bad. In the general only, user. In the user, you need to select. Scroll down. Yes, user. Just remove this process by.
And I need to give T approval.
Decision form approve. Correct. Yes, and in the decision. Yes, and in the decision form, click on the decision form. Yes, here in the imports, you need to select the employee type. Yes, and save it.
అక్కడ నేను అనుకుంటున్నది ఈటీవీ సైడ్ యూనివర్సిటీ జిఎల్ అన్న రోల్ ఉంటుంది. సో అది కవర్ అయిపోతుంది. మనం ఏం చేసాము, అదే ఉండొచ్చు, అదే వచ్చి ఎలా కూడా రావచ్చు కదా. జిఎల్ అన్న రోల్ సపోజ్ వర్కింగ్. థ్యాంక్స్ రామర్.
Yeah, it's done, right?
Yeah, it's done. సపోజ్ జిఎల్ అన్న రోల్ ఉంది, అది ఇప్పుడు నేను నా రిపోర్ట్లో రాదు.
So everyone, can I consider everyone done with this? Anyone has any issue? Apart from Ram, anyone has any question, concern? We'll do one more exercise, which I will not do. I am expecting you to complete that. So I'm just putting it into chat. Let me share my screen. Able to see my screen? Yes.
Seeing your chat.
Yes, yes. So I'm just, okay, let me put it on the one notepad. And just increase the font. It will be sufficient, I think. Okay, this is readable.
Yes.
I wanted to create a 5-step process in which, in first process, you need to create one form which will enter these details. This will be a drop down list. In step 2, I want you to add one condition with which you need to pick up, means this is the form. Once after submission, you need to check for the condition on the nationality, condition on nationality. Once the nationality, on that condition, you need to check whether it is a particular person is American or from the other. Once it is been done, so it is a simple one. So in either case, it will reach back to the user asking for a country and the state. It has to get filled up. With respect to that, you need to continue. Then there will be another condition, 2 conditions you need to satisfy. Once these 2 condition, second condition is the same on the employee type. Once the employee type has been received, with respect to that, you need to send an approval. And in the notification form, all the updated details with nationality, with country and state, and with specific employee type, you need to bring these details into notification. Just mention nationality, employee type. So right now, I will not do it by myself. Just I want to get a confidence that you are good with this particular form, so that tomorrow will be the final session on the workflow, and we'll be winding up. So they just quickly we can build it. So already you have this particular setup ready. You just need to add one nationality part here, like employee type you did, right? Permanent and contractor. Only there will be one 2 conditions you need to satisfy. Send for approval. and then a notification with all these updated details: nationality, country, state, employee type, and these two details also in the notification. Okay. Yes. Please go ahead. Complete this. Just let me know once you are done.
Amar, this is Ram Prasad. So I have one clarification. See,
Yes.
first, in the input screen, I am selecting America. Okay. Okay. I'm selecting America, and then condition I'm putting there. If it is America, then I need to fill the country and the state, right, in the form, and then I need to submit. It should go to next condition saying that where employee type is this thing or not permanent or this thing, right? Okay.
You see, you are just asking about the understanding. Yes, and the understanding is correct.
This is Ram Prasad. So how to add multiple fields in the final output screen?
Okay, if you can share your screen, we'll just get to your question exactly means what you are asking, right? We'll get more clarity on that.
Okay, 1 minute. So once you are able to see my screen, let me know. So now,
yes,
yeah, see, now in the final screen, I'm showing only subject approved, I'm saying. So decision after decision approved, I'm saying. So instead, how to add other fields like name, everything we can continuously we can add, or how it is?
no. Just open your form. Just double click on the approve notification or reject notification.
This one, huh?
Yes.
Okay, open editor. Here again, I need to fill that field. All the field I need to fill.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, employee ID. And this is employee name. And then number field is employee ID. Then delete. And then drop down. I can create one text area. Nationality. And then I can create one country. I can create one state.
Still need to go to inputs. Input.
Yeah. Country, I'm taking ID input from employee.
అందరూ ఇచ్చారు ఏం చేయాలి కదా మడిచి మడిచి
Yeah, I have done it. Let us check how
Yes,
this is the way you want it. Now it is deployed.
ID. It's ID, right? Where's the fishing dive? Okay. Should last month. Future data. Any others are not coming.
I'm just putting Indian. I want to give. So this is done. And then inbox.
Will come to you only. Eh?
Because I have not given any. I don't have a name, right?
What two are there?
No, that is previous one. So now other na. Country India. State. Andhra. Pradesh. Submit.
Why that fields are not coming in that initial page only?
Yeah, it's approved.
Yeah. No. The message
No,
I have not removed the
that was
command.
the previous one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now date of joining approval from input form.
Now you can see in the down project options.
Commands approved.
I think here should value should get populated. Anyways, I haven't given that requirement, right? So
yeah, approved. Then it will show you the final page.
It will disappear.
So now you will be seeing all the fields.
Correct.
And then if I submit it, I have not given any condition, but
no, it will disappear only. This is a notification only.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. I have given commands approved. That one I need to remove it. That is commands I have populated unnecessary.
Correct. No,
this is fine, right? This is correct,
yes,
right?
Yes, this is what I want. But one more thing I want to highlight is when I was giving this requirement, one thing I was expecting, which is not done, and let me share my screen again. Just one amendment we need to do in our process what we have did, right? When I was setting this particular process, no one have reviewed it. The one means this is a best practice we need to do, and on that particular part, what exactly we need to do is there is a scope of refinement this particular process, right? Getting back means once details are been filled, why we need to go back to the requester again, right? Rather, if there are some preconditions, we are already applying it rather than getting back to the user. We can go ahead with some of the fields from the condition directly. We can generate an output field, means the way we are doing it in the condition to check for the employee type, and we are selecting approver. Similarly, in the condition itself, we can go ahead with respect to if it is America, anyways country will be America only, right? It won't change. If it's America, then it should be America, and directly it has to get passed as America. Only state can be given, or year. By default, if we are operating in some of the conditions, that question I was expecting, if any one state we are operating, then if it is selected America, then country will, sorry, if it is selected as American, country will be America. State might be anything. I'm just putting NY right now. If it is other, means right now as you have put it as India, and state if we are operating only in Andhra. So this question I was expecting. So this is a scope and the refinement we can do. So I think Ram, I think if we can quickly go ahead, share your screen, and if you can show us how we can achieve this. so that we'll be closing on this particular topic. We'll do that. Hello.
Yeah, Amar. I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, where is rest all means I'm just having interacting more with Ram, so I will be really happy if other people also join the conversation, because I'm not getting any responses from other people. Savannah, Pavan, Vijay, Prakash. If there are any challenges, let me know. Open the process. Yeah, so what change we need to do is in the first decision, it is 40%, right? Edit it. You have opened a form. I say first decision where we are going with the nationality, right? So we can remove that particular form, right? Yeah, again come to form. I said decision. Decision form. Double click. So input is okay, right? But there should be a condition in the rules. What we can go. Okay, so sorry. In input output, just come back again. It's my bad. Yes, here we can have. Oh, you have opened the second decision, I think, Ram. The first one where you are selecting the nationality, and from that nationality you are going back to the user, right? That first decision, here we are redirecting to the approver, selecting the approver in this decision. There are two, actually it is 41%. I'm not able to read it properly. That's what my problem is. Okay, so you have only one decision here, Ram. Two decisions, right? Okay, you have created only one decision, and with the first request form, it is you are redirecting to another request form. Now we have to create a two decisions here. If you can see my steps, there are two decisions are there, right? No. We were needing that, but right now, or what I'll do, I'll share my screen. I will show you. Uh, Able to see my screen, guys?
Yeah, Amar.
Yeah, my session got terminated. Just a minute.
In the same decision, we can add that field and we can do it.
No. I'm telling you. See, the thing is like what I want here is there is one more okay, editable. Okay. What I ask is there will be one drop down nationality. Okay. One is American. Another one is India. Okay. This is required field. Save. So once this has been done, what we were expecting, there will be one another decision condition decision here, right? So selecting country and state. What we can do here is
We need to give nationality and
yes, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, so here input parameter will be your nationality. Okay, description nationality. Your type is string here. Okay, and in the output we can have two fields. One is country,
okay, got it. Okay.
right? Type string, right?
Yeah.
And we can proceed like this.
And
So
add
that
a state also we can add it, right? Add parameter state.
yeah. So we can edit. So I'm just more continue this now. So we can
Okay.
create one rule set, right?
Okay.
So name country. Selection. I'll just give to next. Configure nationality. Next. Country. Next. Right. It's created. Now to decision table is equals to single quote American. Then country is America. Correct. And blindly I'm just mentioning here that if in case if it is other, then I'm choosing India because in these two countries only right, if in these two countries only we are operating, then directly we can choose this. So these questions actually I was expecting that we can refine this more so that we can reduce the complexity of our process and we can directly go here, we can remove one step and all, right?
Yeah.
And we can go. And similarly, once this has been done, I will go here. I will receive an input and not here. Where it is? Ah, my bad. I didn't saved it. I closed it. I didn't saved it. So I think you got my thing right.
Yeah.
Here also I saved it. I think. Nationally, okay, I have saved. I'll just quickly go ahead and I'll just build with this one more time. Okay. This time I'll also. Oh, it's there already. Okay, it's created. Selection. This context.
No, already it is there. Already it is there.
Yeah. So input, select nationality. Right. Output country. Then in the approval form, here I will populate this also. That one text, nationality, it only. Then there will be one country, read only. in the approval form. Okay, in the notification also I want this. Text nationality read only, text country read only. Okay, I'll not do it in rigid form. This is imports country from your country and state selection. This is a country. Nationality is from your input form. Save this. Prover imports country from country selection. Nationality from your input form. You see if there is any error. No. Release it. Contains minor change. Release. So the way you have developed right RAM, that is also correct, but in between you need to add one decision. You have created a form which loop back to the user, that was correct because it is following the same, but with the condition we need to mention this particular decision also. So again, looping back to the user, I just want you to understand that these things we can also do, right? And with respect to this particular refinement and using direct conditions, whenever you can do, right, directly you can pick the value from there and you can directly go ahead and use it.
Okay.
So that multiple conditions can be, sorry, multiple decisions can be handled. Type permanent nationality. Okay, I have mentioned Indian, it's not other. I'll mention American now, otherwise it will not go anywhere.
No, that American spelling is wrong in your variable name. You change it here.
Okay. So the variable name, what I have mentioned is wrong, right?
Yeah, you can change it in input form name American. Now you can change it here, so that will be correct. Decision table, that will be correct.
Okay. Number. Okay.
MIR, you go and edit the form.
Yeah, got it. Editable.
Bye.
Okay, done. Release. Only patch. Release. Deploy. Correct American now. Correct. So Amar, employee ID, nationality American, directly country selected as America. So no need to loop back to the user again, right? For getting an input, if we can skip that step and we can go ahead. So approve, refresh, and we got all the fields here. So I think we are good with this. Yeah, and with this we have reached to the end of our session today. Uh, so any question till now? Because tomorrow we'll be having the closing session of the workflow, and from next week we will be starting with robotic process automation. So till now, whatever it's there, just let me know. So apart from Ram Prasad, I just want to ask other people, Sarvana, Pavan, Vijay, and Prakash, is there any issue, any concern, any question? Yes, Vijay. Prakash? Yeah.
No question.
Yes, Prakash.
So Amar, sorry, I have joined couple of classes. I've joined today late also, but see, this is more like a SAP workflow, I could see, and like
Yes,
how,
yes.
yeah, how like in SAP we would trigger these workflows via events or by directly calling, right? So what are the options we
Yeah,
have here in this workflow triggering? I mean, and also
yeah,
if I
yeah.
have
So
to add any coding, also is it possible?
yes, so when we are starting with robotic process automation, right?
Hmm.
So that's so right now with the workflow, this is very specific to the creating the processes and all. And with respect to these processes, in between, if we need to reach out to any SAP system, right, for performing any task, any particular applications to perform any executions and all, it will come under robotic process automation where we can connect to the multiple systems.
Okay, okay, yeah,
So
thanks.
that will come. So at this build process automation is combination of all these things. The
Okay, got
workflow
it.
management and the robotic process automation, individual automations you can also build. You can import your pre-built RPA bots also here. In between you can call out. If there are already built workflows in workflow management, you can import those workflows also. So everything it can be done. So we are starting with building it first. Once the we finish up with building those, right, then we will see that how to import pre-built, or if there are any other stuff which we need to borrow it from the store, right? So there are some templates created already, created automations are also there. There are some paid, some are free, so we'll try to integrate the free ones for our training purpose, and I will demonstrate you. So everything we will be covering in here.
Okay,
In
okay,
each,
thank you.
yes, Ram.
Amar, so you will be while like robotic process automation, that time you will show me like how to connect B2P and how to
Yes,
extract
yes,
that. What are the condition we discussed right in the initial class?
yes, yes, yes. I have the document ready with me.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we are overrunning 3 minutes. If there are any question, I think you can reach out to Ganesh. Ganesh will pass it on to me. So if there is anything, because see multiple things, as this is running for the 3 weeks, right? So whatever questions and queries we will be having, whatever the discussions we are having, that we are covering all of the scenarios, irrespective of any particular process, right? With respect to all the processes, which as you mentioned, connecting to the BTP, then one from Sarvanan we have to the starting and stopping the system, connecting with the things. But it should allow us to connect to that particular system. That is where I'm just wondering how I can demonstrate, but I will show you how that can be done. Yes, and along with that, creating means in finance model, if any, there is anything in sales order, if there is anything, if there is any purchase or so multiple things wherever we get an access and all, right. With respect to all this process, we are covering that. So don't worry, I will cover that. So first, how to build the automation, how to build the processes, I will teach you, and after that, we'll go with an individual requirement of our live examples, and we'll achieve that. Yeah.
Amar,
We have reached to the count of 10. I think we can start. Kevin or Ganesh, please confirm so that I'll please start with the session.
Yes, sir. You can proceed. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So for today, we will be winding up with the process flow. So let me share my screen. And today's topic will be we will be covering the part of controls. So in the controls, we have three parts. One is branch, another one is a condition, and the third one is a wait time. So we'll go one by one. So the condition means if you know, right? So with respect to the our flow, when we are going with any particular flow, so in the flow we will be having a particular conditions if and else, correct? And with respect to that, it should go. Let me try condition and branches. Yes. So what we'll do with respect to that, we are going with certain conditions when we are dealing with let's say purchase order. Means, for example, we will take an example of if any order is having a value more than 10,000, then it has to go for approval. If not, then it should be auto approved. Okay, so this is a condition we are having in our case right now. So what we'll do first, we'll just go ahead with creating some sales order form in which the IDs will be, sorry, content will be order ID, then the order value, then we'll say country, and I think that's it. We'll go with this.
Yeah.
Yes, Rajesh, anything?
Hello. Sorry.
No, I heard something from your end, so that's why I just think that you are asking something. No, right?
No. Sorry. Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah. So start. Start process form. I'll mention. You go with this new form. 1 second we have. Okay. So start process. Okay, starter process we do have, in which we will have process form. Start process first form. Create. Double click. We'll be adding order process. I'm sorry, we'll be going with the text. Order ID. We'll start with required. Then we'll go with the order value. Then what we have discussed, country. We'll go with the drop down, let's say. Good. India, we go with England, let's say. Okay, but I think this is sufficient for now to demonstrate this. All these are required. See. So now coming back here, now what we need to do, we want to perform a condition. So we are in the controls. So all these parts covered, we are in controls now. The controls will add one condition. Now with respect to condition, what we need to mention specifically is we need to open a, just add it okay, as a condition. In the condition, you need to mention the condition. Now, condition will be in the form of your value, the what components we are using in the form, or the parameters what we are passing from a previous process flow or previous entity, whatever it's there, right? So right now we are taking it from here. So first we are checking the order value. So we'll go with the order value is equals to, or we'll mention if it's greater than, and if it is greater than, I'll say 10,000, as I mentioned. If the order value is greater than 10,000, then we'll apply. So when it goes with the apply, what we need to do is we need to create two conditions. One is a default conditions. If that if condition is not satisfied, what need to do, and if the condition satisfied, what needs to be done. So as we mentioned that if that order is less than or equals to 10,000, then it should not wait for an approval. It directly should go to it should auto approve. So we'll just create auto approve form. So approve form. We'll create it one. Okay. Request approved. Go with order ID. Order value. Read only. Then we do have country. That is, there is we have drop down, but we can use text here because we will be marking it as a read only. Only selected value will get populated here. Okay, that is it. Save it. Once saved, we'll map it. That auto approved order ID user started by, we mention inputs, country, order ID, order value. Save. But what if it's greater than 10,000, then we have to go for the explicit approval. Process it, then we will create one more form. That approve high value order. Go with the order ID first. And order value. And then the country. All are read only. Let me save this. So once this is done, then we need to go ahead with this. We need to delete this link. Oh, we have to add end. We have to relate to this. We need a And with respect to this, once this is a process approval has been done, we need to provide an approval notifications also. So approval notification. This we'll modify this. I'll not mention much thing here. I'll just mention the order ID. Save. Inputs order ID from order ID. Then this has to reach to end. Then one digit form also we need to. Oh, my bad. On order ID. Inside order rejected. Order ID read only. Okay, and we have to tag this to end. Okay, what's in here? Right. Approval. Okay, save. This was missing. Order value, order ID. So I think everything should go. Reject form we haven't mapped. Order ID. Save. Approval form. Order ID is there. Okay, no errors, no warnings, nothing. Now we are good to start with this particular process with this specific condition. So as we know, we'll release this. This is saved. Now we'll release this. 1.0.0 release. Once released, we will deploy it. Next, next, deploy. Okay, now it's deployed. We go with the starter form. Okay, run. Order ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Order value. We'll go with auto approve first. 1000. Yeah. Submit. Submitted. It is there. It's auto approved. You can see the value is lesser. That is why it is got auto approved. It's submitted. Now we'll see the example. So you understood, right? How to do that. So whatever the workflow, what we have decided, going with this particular conditions, when we are talking about any particular process and we need to introduce any particular condition, so with respect to that condition we need to add that condition. Now with respect to this we can add multiple conditions also, means as we have mentioned that there will be an if else statement also likewise. So there is one order value, and along with that if you are if we are having that country has to be India, country has to be England, right? So with respect to that, it has to satisfy this condition that if contains that if order value is 1000, sorry 10,000, and the country is India, then go for the approval and all. Likewise, we will be proceeding with this. So I think this is it for the condition. Just go ahead, try to simulate the same thing. Then we'll come to the branches where we will cover up the decision also. If in case anyone missed yesterday's part, I think I will cover it today for demonstrating one more branch is there for that condition decision is important. So we'll cover that. So for this, before starting, anyone has any question with respect to the implementing the conditions?
So here it means just one thing, Amar. So if let's
Yes,
say
ma'am.
condition is met, right? Only
Mhm.
then the flow will happen
No,
happen
it's either or.
to the top if condition where it is if is
Ha,
mentioned, right?
yes, yes,
Hmm. Okay.
correct.
So
So whatever conditions you are mentioning, if that condition is satisfied, then it will
hmm,
go with that particular process. If
this one
not,
on the
then it
top
will go
first,
with
right?
the default.
Okay, not then okay. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, yes. Please go ahead, implement one and let me know once done. Meanwhile, I'll just maximize so that you will understand, sorry, minimize so that you will understand the flow what I have implemented.